Here we have another very important part of the Dean Guitars Custom Shop team, Louis Cross. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. He does a lot of stuff around here. He primarily does some finish sanding. He does a lot of our detail work, blending in neck heels, neck body joints, that kind of stuff. A very important part of what goes on back here. He's also going to show you how we use some different sanding tools in the shop, oscillating spindle sander, DA hand sanders, that kind of stuff, and some little custom tools these guys have kind of made over the years. It's a really interesting process to watch, and it's probably between finish sanding and fairing in the necks and one of the most important jobs in the shop. He prepares all of our guitars to be painted, which is very important, because if he doesn't do what he needs to do properly and we apply paint on an unprepared guitar, then we have to start the process all over again. You guys have seen some of the processes that we've done here today, and basically what I have is two of the same guitar in various stages. This one you can see, once the neck has been cut on the mill, the frets have been put in, the neck's been radius, the inlays have been put in, the neck has been rough cut, the truss rod's done, all that stuff's finished. Then comes the part where you have to glue on the neck. And as you can see here, this one is joined and has been glued on. We use clamps and old wood blocks, old school style. We usually write the times on them so we know when they were glued up, so we know when they're going to be ready for finish sanding. Here's an example of a guitar that's had the neck glued on. It's gone through finish sanding, as you can see. Everything's been faired in nice and smooth. You can definitely see the transition from the other guitar to this. All the mill work has been done. This has been sanded and ready to go to paint. So what the last step that we'll have to do is we have to assign it a serial number. When we assign it a serial number, then it officially becomes a production guitar ready to go to paint and then be assembled in USA Assembly, which you'll also see. So you can see there's a bunch of various steps to get from the raw lumber to what you see here and ready to go out for paint.
Hi, I'm Pat Baker. We're here at the Dean Guitars facility in Tampa, Florida. I engineer all the pickups for our USA pickup line. And right here we have one of our winding machines. This is one of four of them. They're state-of-the-art computer-controlled winding machines. I wanted to show a few of the different models we do. This happens to be the Vinnie Moore shred head. I work closely with Vinnie to design this pickup. You know, this pickup, we designed it to be like an old PAF, but with more output. It has a little bit more gain than your typical PAF pickup. Another pickup that we designed was the Michael Schenker pickup. This one's in white and black. He's known for the white and black guitars. And he uses this pickup in his signature V guitars. And here's our Leslie West pickup. He likes the satin covers. This one actually has a satin nickel cover on it. We overwound this pickup to get the output he wanted. And he uses it in his signature model Leslie West guitar. Here we have the Michelangelo Badio Hands Without Shadows pickup. He uses this in his neck position. And he's one of the most amazing players I've ever seen in my life. Got a really nice mid-range to it, but it's still articulate and clean even though it's really hot. Michael uses the Hands Without Shadows in all his signature model guitars. This one right here I designed for myself. It's called the Pat Baker Baker Act. It's my signature pickup. This pickup right here, it sings. It gets great overtones. This is some of the wire we use to wind our pickups. It's insulated copper wire, which means it has a coating on it. This wire is extremely thin. It's like thinner than a human hair. When we set our winding machines, it's very important that we dial them in. We have tensioners on the winding machines so that the wire winds tight enough but does not break at the same time.
Hello everybody, I am Spider Z Prime, when the guitars come from wood shop, as you've seen earlier in the video, they come to me looking like this. I make sure, as well as the guys in the wood shop, that everything is pretty much spot on. And I'll send this out to paint, and exact same guitar as we send to paint. This is what it looks like when it comes back from paint. As you can see, very well painted. I make sure that everything is up to specs, right color to serial number, right type of paint job. What we'll do is we'll take various grinding bits and a whole bunch of other stuff and drill out these holes so that the hardware fits in them without cracking the finish or anything along that line. We'll tape off a lot of the guitar so we can do the fret level. Now what we use is fret level checked against a backlight, Allen wrench here, hit the truss rod, come back through here, make sure it's basically okay, as straight as possible before we hit it with the fret level. Then we'll take what we call a long block, and we'll hit this a couple times just to straighten out any high points that might be in the frets. We just hit along the lines of this a couple times. And what that does is levels it to as straight as possible. We've also got a few more fine-tuning tools other than the long block, such as fret file, if we need to hit any high ends or anything along that line. And then check it again with the straight edge. We'll go back with a crowning tool. This takes that flat spot, rounds it back out. After all that, we'll go through, install hardware, electronics, bridge, and jack plate, all the plates, all the other good stuff. Exact same guitar, ML, you'll get something like this. However, it doesn't stop there. What we do is each individual bridge is hand filed, the nut is filed down so that the spacing is just perfect. Set the truss rod so that there's little to no bow. Set the action, then set the intonation. So once that's all done, you're left with finished product. This is one of the new prototype racer MLs going on here, and that's the various stages.